Hi, and welcome to English Coffee House.
We're really happy you're here with us.
Get comfortable.
And let's start with today's conversation.
You know what I noticed this morning? I took the same route to the cafe as always, and halfway there I realized I could probably walk it with my eyes closed.
Yeah, that feeling of I've done this 1,000 times. It's kind of comforting, but also a little strange when you think about it.
Exactly. It's like my body's already there before my mind catches up, and part of me likes that. It's calm. It's predictable.
Predictable can feel like safety, especially when everything else is noisy.
And it's funny because I used to think I wanted excitement all the time, like new places, new plans, new people.
Same. I had that phase where if my week looked the same as the last one, I felt like I was wasting time.
What changed?
I think I got tired. Not in a dramatic way, just life started to feel full. Work, errands, people needing things, and suddenly routine felt like a small place I could rest.
That makes a lot of sense. Routine as a kind of resting spot.
Yeah, but then if you stay there too long, it starts to feel like you're shrinking a little.
That's the part I relate to. Like, comfort is nice, but there's a point where it turns into avoidance.
Exactly, and it's tricky because it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, "Hi, I'm avoidance." It just says, "Stay here, it's easier."
Stay here, it's warm, like a blanket.
And then weeks pass, months pass, and you realize you haven't done anything new in a while, and you don't even know why.
Do you have an example, like something you've avoided because it felt uncomfortable?
Honestly, social things. Not because I dislike people, I actually enjoy good conversations, but I can get comfortable with the same few friends, the same settings, and if something new comes up, like a party where I don't know anyone, I feel this immediate no.
Yeah, your whole system just says no.
Exactly, and I don't even think about it. I just start building reasons. I'm tired, it's far, I have work tomorrow. Sometimes those are true, but sometimes it's just fear wearing a normal outfit.
That's such a good way to put it. Fear wearing a normal outfit.
It's very polite fear. It doesn't scream, it's just practical.
Mine's more like creative avoidance. I'll tell myself I'm being responsible, like I can't start that project because I need to clean the apartment first. Then suddenly I'm deep cleaning the oven at midnight.
Oh, wow. That's impressive avoidance.
It's ridiculous, but in the moment it feels like I'm doing the right thing, like I'm preparing, I'm getting ready.
And it feels productive, so it's hard to argue with.
Exactly. And then the thing I actually care about stays untouched.
Do you think comfort zones are always bad, though?
No, not at all. I think they can be protective, like a home base. You come back, you recharge.
Yeah, a place where you can breathe without performing.
Right. But if home base becomes the only place you live, then you miss something.
You miss the part where life surprises you.
Or where you surprise yourself.
That's the best part, actually. When you do something you thought you couldn't do, and then you're like, oh, I'm not who I thought I was.
I love that moment. It's quiet, but it changes how you see yourself.
But getting there is uncomfortable. You feel awkward, maybe even embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think adults hate feeling awkward. Kids are awkward all the time, but adults, we really try to avoid it.
Totally. Because awkward feels like failure, even when it's actually growth.
Yeah, like awkward is just you learning something new.
I think that's why people get stuck. It's not that they don't want change. It's that they don't want that awkward middle part.
The messy part.
The messy part, yeah. The part where you don't look smooth.
Do you remember a time you pushed yourself into something new, even though it felt uncomfortable?
Yeah. When I moved to a new city a few years ago, I didn't know anyone. And I had this image of myself like, I'm independent, I'll be fine. But then I arrived and I felt really small.
That's a real feeling, like the world suddenly feels bigger than you.
Exactly. And everything was unfamiliar. The grocery store, the streets, even the way people talked. And I remember thinking, why did I do this?
But you did it anyway.
I did, and slowly it became normal, and after a while that city felt like home. But in the beginning, I was basically living outside my comfort zone every day.
That must have changed you.
It did. It made me more patient with myself because I had to be. If I judged myself every day, I would have just collapsed.
I really like that. Patience as a kind of survival tool.
Yeah, and now when I feel uncomfortable, I try to remember that time. Like, uncomfortable doesn't mean I'm in danger. It might just mean I'm adjusting.
That's a gentle way to see it. What about you? Any moments like that? I think starting new jobs. The first weeks are always intense for me. Even if the people are kind, I feel like I'm walking around with invisible headphones on, trying to catch every detail.
Trying to decode the whole place.
Yes, like, how do we talk here? What's normal? What's expected? And I'm smiling and acting fine, but inside I'm exhausted.
I know that feeling. It's like you're translating everything in real time.
Exactly. And it makes me appreciate how much energy comfort actually saves. When you're comfortable somewhere, you don't have to think about every small move.
That's true. Comfort zones aren't just emotional, they're efficient.
They really are. But then when I finally settle in, I sometimes notice I start holding back a bit. Like I stop taking small risks. I stop speaking up as much.
Because you don't want to disturb the balance.
Yes, it's like I earned comfort and now I don't want to lose it.
That's interesting. Like comfort becomes something you protect.
Yeah, and protection can quietly turn into limitation.
So, how do you notice the difference between healthy comfort and hiding?
For me, it's this feeling of dullness, not depression, not sadness, just flat. Like days are okay, but nothing is really alive.
Like you're on autopilot again.
Exactly. And I start craving something without knowing what. I'll scroll online, or I'll snack, or I'll reorganize my closet. Like my body's looking for movement.
That's such a good description. The body looking for movement.
And usually that's when I realize maybe it's time to do something slightly uncomfortable. Not a huge, dramatic thing, just something small.
Like what?
Like taking a different route, talking to someone new, saying yes to something I'd normally avoid, even trying a new class like pottery or something.
Pottery sounds like a safe kind of uncomfortable.
Exactly. Safe, uncomfortable. That's the sweet spot.
I like that because sometimes people talk about change like you have to blow up your whole life, quit your job, move countries, completely reinvent yourself.
Yeah, like you have to be brave in a movie way.
But most change is quieter. It's choosing a slightly different answer than you normally would.
And doing it more than once.
Yeah, repeating the small courage.
Small courage. That's lovely.
It also feels more realistic because if I tell myself, tomorrow I will become a new person, I will do nothing.
Same. I'll just panic and clean my oven again.
Exactly.
But if I tell myself, just do one small thing that feels a bit new, it feels possible.
And then you build trust with yourself. Like, okay, I can handle discomfort.
Yeah, that trust is huge. Because once you trust yourself, change feels less like a threat.
It feels like an option.
And comfort stops being a trap. It becomes a place you can return to, not a place you're stuck.
I like that image. Comfort is something you visit.
Yeah, like you can sit there, drink your coffee, breathe, and then when you're ready, you step back out.
And the stepping out doesn't have to be loud.
No, it can be quiet, like opening a door and just walking through.
You know, when you said opening a door, I pictured something really ordinary, not some huge dramatic doorway, just a normal door in an apartment hallway.
Yeah, the kind you walk past every day without thinking.
Exactly. And then one day you notice it and you think, oh, I could actually go out right now. Not because you have to, just because you can.
That feels closer to how change really happens. It's not fireworks, it's more like a moment of noticing.
A moment of noticing and then deciding not to ignore it.
Even that is a choice, because it's easy to notice the feeling and immediately cover it up with something else.
Like the reflex to make yourself busy.
Or to make yourself comfortable again quickly, like you're smoothing out a wrinkle.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm wondering if we do that because we're afraid that if we let the feeling stay,
it'll demand something big from us.
That's a good point. Like if you admit you want something different, then you have to act on it.
And acting means you might fail, or look silly, or just feel uncertain.
Uncertainty is the one I struggle with most. I can deal with hard work, I can deal with being tired, but that floating feeling, when you don't know what's next, my brain hates it.
Mine too. It tries to fill in the blank immediately. Like, let's decide the whole plan right now.
Yeah, like a spreadsheet for your life.
Exactly. And then, when you can't make it neat, you just go back to the familiar.
I've noticed something though. When I'm in that uncertain space and I don't run away, it usually gets quieter after a while.
Like it stops shouting.
Yeah, at first it's loud, it feels urgent, but if you sit with it, just sit, then it becomes more like background noise.
That feels true. And it's interesting because we're talking about comfort zones, but sometimes the comfort isn't the situation, it's the certainty.
Wow, yeah, that's exactly it.
Like, even if the routine is annoying, at least you know what it is.
And you know who you are inside it.
That's a big part, the identity part.
Totally. Because change isn't only new activity, it's also new version of me. Even if it's a small shift, it touches that.
It does. And I think that's why people can feel emotional about really simple changes, like changing jobs or even moving to a new neighborhood. It's not just logistics, it's who am I there?
I felt that when I moved. I remember walking into a cafe for the first time and nobody knew me. Nobody had any idea what my usual was.
That's such a strange feeling. A little lonely, but also kind of clean.
Clean, yeah, like no history.
And there's freedom in that, but also pressure. Because you can be anyone, but you also have no place yet.
Exactly. You have to build it.
And building takes time. That's another thing we forget. We think comfort should appear quickly.
Like you try something new once and you expect it to feel natural.
Right. And then when it doesn't, you think, okay, this isn't for me.
Which is funny because the discomfort is actually the most normal part.
And I don't mean that in a motivational way, just it's realistic.
Yeah, it's just how it is when you're new to something.
I've been thinking lately about the idea of soft change, not forcing anything, more like letting yourself drift slightly towards something different.
Soft change. I like that.
Like if you're always saying no to invitations, maybe one time you say yes. Not to prove anything, just to see how it feels.
Or if you always stay quiet in a meeting, maybe one time you share a thought, even if your voice shakes a little.
Yeah, and even if it's not perfect, especially if it's not perfect.
I had a moment like that recently. Nothing dramatic. I was invited to this small gathering, people I didn't know well, and I almost didn't go. I stood there with my jacket in my hand, making excuses in my head. And then I just left the apartment. I didn't even feel brave. I just moved.
That's very honest. Like the courage came from motion, not from feeling.
Exactly. And when I got there, the first 10 minutes were awkward. I was standing with a drink, smiling too much.
The polite smiling.
The polite smiling. But then someone asked me a normal question, something simple, and suddenly it was fine.
That's the thing. Sometimes all it takes is one normal human moment.
Yeah, and afterwards, I walked home and I felt lighter. Not because the party was amazing, just because I didn't let my comfort zone make the decision for me.
That's such a quiet win.
It is, and it didn't change my life, but it changed my evening. And maybe that's enough sometimes.
I think it is. I think we underestimate what it does to your inner world when you prove to yourself you're not stuck.
Yeah, like you create a little space.
A little space to breathe, to choose.
And then the comfort zone feels less like a wall and more like a room you can step out of and step back into.
And maybe that's the healthiest version of it. Comfort as something that supports you, not something that holds you.
I like that. Support, not holding.
Me too. And it makes me think maybe change doesn't have to be this heavy, scary thing. Maybe it can be gentle.
Like turning your head slightly and noticing there's another path.
Yeah, another path and the same coffee shop at the end if you want it.
Exactly. You can still come back to what feels familiar.
And you can still keep it simple.
Simple, but not stuck.
That's a good place to leave it. Just that feeling. Simple, but not stuck.
Thanks for spending this time with us.
We really enjoyed having you here and sharing this conversation.
Keep listening
And we'll see you soon.
here at English Coffee House.